Hello guys. Today I'd like to call out the Stick Arena Discord server, the one that contains somewhere between 20 and 30 Stick Arena players. The reason I'm calling them out is that I believe that they're not worthy of being called a Stick Arena server. In other words, the actions that they do, that they partake in, the effect that they have is an overall negative on Stick Arena. Their actions are hurting the game as a whole. And there are three things that I'd like to talk about um, in calling out this server. So, first, the most immediate effect of this server is hitting off the servers, the DDoS attacks. The reason why, on the day of October 20th, 2017, carrying into the 21st, as I speak right now, um, all the servers are hit off and I can't log into any of the servers in Stick Arena. And I don't know for 100% sure that it is due to someone from this server, but I am fairly certain that it is. The main owner, or one of the main owners at this Discord server, um, I guess I won't name a name, but anyone who has been around the community and is an active member probably knows who I'm talking about. This dude has admitted to hitting off Stick Arena multiple times uh, and he's admitted this on many occasions. When I was still there at this server, he said that to me. He said that to many of the people there. He has an extensive history of conducting DDoS attacks on Stick Arena, and I don't see why he wouldn't be the one who's causing them right now because as of the moment, I don't really see any other interested parties that are willing to go to that depth to hit off the servers and screw around with the game. All right. Um, and I mean, that's a problem. I know it's just only one person, but uh, the fact that he's openly admitted it to people in that server and that no one has really called him out on it and said, "Hey, you should stop doing that." Um, it's it's not good for the game. It sucks, and you're hurting other people when you do that. I didn't see any of that kind of um, behavior, that kind of standing up for what's right when I was still a part of that server. And just so that it's clear, for the people who somehow think that DDoSing is justifiable and beneficial, I like to shut that down right now. Um, DDoSing anything, all right? Like it happens, yeah, sure, it happens all the time on the internet. That's just the age that we live in, unfortunately. And sometimes it's done for good. Um, Sometimes there are hackers that are trying to do something constructive. There's a site that deserves it. Uh, but let me tell you that XGen Studios is not one of those websites, and that DDoSing Stick Arena servers or Boxhead servers. Apparently, Boxhead got hit too. Um, it's just hurting people. You're hurting people. You're hurting XGen Studios. And let me explain that a little more clearly. I mean, obviously, you're hurting people. Um, you know, People who want to go in and enjoy Stick Arena. Well, we can't go in and play now. Uh, so that sucks. And but that is not as bad as what you're doing to XGen Studios and what you're doing specifically to the people that run XGen Studios. I want to talk about XGen Studios a little bit. Uh, I talked to Shao recently, and he has direct dialogue. Shao is a moderator in case Stick Arena moderator in case you guys don't know, and he actually has direct dialogue with Scott and Jordan. Two of the admins developers at Action Studios, and they have told Scow that they are actually very busy with other things that they're doing. They don't have time to sit around all day watching over Stick Arena, and Um, from the looks of it, I don't think they have a whole lot of people working for XGen Studios. I don't think, and even if they do have a sizable workforce, we just have to take their word for it. They're busy with something. Um, back earlier this year, they were busy with the low road. They've been probably busy with the low road for a few years, ever since Sky Boys passed away. The original CEO of XGen Studios. I mean, they've been busy. They have their own vision. They want to pursue it. Uh, Stick Arena is not necessarily a big part of that vision, and there's nothing that we can do about that. It is their choice to make. It is their company. If they don't want to, if they don't have the assets, they don't have the resources, or they just don't want to put in the time for Stick Arena, that's just something that we're gonna have to deal with. They are busy. Um, they don't really owe anything to us. It's their game. We're playing their game. We don't owe anything to them. We don't have to be playing their game if we don't want to be playing their game. If we think it's too no updating or inactive or whatever. There's many reasons why, but we don't owe anything to them. They don't owe anything to us. So if they say they're busy with something, then that's just how it's gonna be. And the fact that you're DDoSing their game, uh, you are actually hurting them. You're you're making them take time out of their day, out of their lives to fix a problem that you created. Um, and at the same time, you're DDoSing them for what exactly? Like, are you trying to send a message? Are you trying to make a statement or something? I know that was the argument behind the DDoS attacks during the Cold War earlier in the year. Um, that I made like 3 videos about it on my channel, and it was between mods and users, and users are using the DDoS, you know, as a way to try to send a message to get Action Studios to do something. You all knew that wasn't going to work, right? You should you should have known from the get go that wasn't going to work. Um, all you've done is just hurt. You know, you make it less likely for Action Studios to actually do something for us. Think about it this way. Um, the biggest move that has happened in terms of Action Studios multiplayer games has been the leaderboard reset. All right, now who triggered the leaderboard reset? Was it us Stick Arena players? No, it was the box set community. The box set community. I don't even think they have as many players as the Stick Arena community does. But their voice was heard on the new discourse. They were pretty rude about it from what I saw. They they had a thread that got like 100 posts in a single day. They were very adamant about it. But guess what? They listened and they gave them what they wanted, and the effects washed over on us Stick Arena players. How come they listen to them, give them what they want, but they don't listen to us Stick Arena players? Don't you think something is up there? I mean, it's not like Box Set has a bigger community than Stick Arena. Really makes you wonder what the effect of the fact that it was Stick Arena players, the members of the Stick Arena community that have been giving XGen Studios the biggest problems in recent years with the DDoS attacks. I'm pretty sure I never heard of anyone from the Boxer community DDoSing servers or compromising the security of the old forums for XGen Studios. I'll let you guys think about that. Fill in the blanks for me. Um, so yeah, I don't think anything more needs to be said about DDoSing. It's wrong. It's unethical. You're hurting other people. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting the game developers, and it gets us nowhere in this context, as far as I can see. And the evidence is right there in front of us. Nothing good has happened for Stick Arena. No updates. The leaderboard reset wasn't even something that we wanted, but it happened anyway. It has had some good effects on Stick Arena, like the fact that alting is not really allowed anymore, but the positive effects don't really outweigh the negative ones, do they? There's still a lot of inherent problems that a Stick Arena leaderboard reset um, has to fix in order for it to truly work. Um, so yeah, just think about that. So that's one thing. The fact that the main owner at this server is very likely responsible for these DDoS attacks, which are hurting people and hurting the game, um, is very telling. Keep in mind that this Discord server claims to, it contains 20, 30 Stick Arena players, as I said. They want to be a central hub for Stick Arena players. And just keep that in mind as I'm going through my points in this video. So the second thing I wanted to touch on was the corruption that's going on in that Discord server. Um, it is no secret that the main owner in that Discord server is also brute forcing old and inactive accounts um, for personal use or distributing the gains from the brute forcing to his friends, which incidentally are people in that Discord server. Gee, um, I mean, I can't believe I have to explain why brute forcing is bad. Apparently, this guy really thinks that there's nothing wrong with brute forcing. He always argues that, oh yeah, brute forcing is it's not a problem. I'm just giving the current users something more to work with. Um, I'm taking names that aren't used anymore by the old players, and I'm giving them to new people. What's wrong with that? You couldn't be more wrong. It's just sad that you can actually think like that. First of all, excuse me. Okay, first of all, users nowadays, I mean, anyone who logs into Stick Arena has the privilege of playing the game. You can make any username you want as long as it's not already taken. And bad username or good username, you can play the game. You can buy a lab pass, do all that stuff. You are free to play the game already. Why do you need to stack up, more accounts and more nice names just for yourself? I mean, I even heard this guy was talking about starting a black market, like he would sell the names that he got for money. What kind of sick shit is that? You're playing with other people. You're committing robbery basically. You're taking the stuff of other people and just without their consent or anything, you're just taking it and nope, it's mine now. I get to do with what I want with it. That's theft. And it's not ethical. You know, this guy, what if he logs in after like 3 or 4 years? I mean, some of these accounts that are being taken, they're not even that old. Like these users are not even that old. They're not even 5 years old. They're like maybe 2 years old. Like the accounts haven't been logged in for 2 years, but they're still getting snatched up as long as they have a vulnerable password. It's fucked up. Like these guys, they can't log in anymore. Their accounts have been taken, and they can't do anything about it. Or I mean, even if they don't care, like the fact that you're using their name in another way, like when I make an account, like unless I willingly give that name to someone, I would want to be when that name is being used, I would want it to be me. I wouldn't want it to be, misrepresented by somebody else. Like there's also that too. Like I can't believe I have to explain why brute forcing accounts is bad. It's unethical. It's wrong to do. There's no you can't argue against that. That's just the fact of the matter. Okay, you maybe and arguing that oh you man you're stupid you're the one that's stupid for having an account that could get brute force in the first place. That doesn't work here. All right. Yes, it is very it is very true that if you're gonna have a password on the internet, you should make it something that's pretty secure and something that is not easily breakable. All that stuff, don't make a three-character password, but it's not really their fault, that their accounts got taken into. I mean, keep in mind that this is not like a main thing like Gmail, like your Gmail account or like your bank account. Okay, this is fucking. It's a game, man. It's fucking Stick Arena. Okay, and you're really brute forcing like Stick Arena accounts. Like, that's just sad, bro. It's just really sad. And what's even sadder is that there are people that are taking part in this corruption in that Discord server, and they're all like covering each other up. Like they know what's going on. A lot of people know what's going on there, but they're not saying anything to moderators. They're not reporting each other or anything. They're just letting it happen, and they're just you know they're just reaping the benefits of the corruption. It's like wow. It's like they really think that they're taking advantage of the game, that it's such in a weak state that they feel like, oh, I run the game now. I got all the big names. I'm the tough guy. I'm the hot shot. That is just so disgusting. Okay. I'm done talking about the brute forcing. The last point is sort of the last point. It sort of manifests itself in other parts of the community as well, but it is definitely a problem in this Discord server. It's just the toxic environment that goes on in that Discord server, and also spreading. It also spreads to the game. Um, Toxic environment surrounding the competitive players. Just the amount of trash talking that goes on. Um, like they really make an attempt to put people down for not being good at the game, not being for losing, for not being a pro who's good at aims and dodges and corners, looking down on pit players, all that kind of stuff. Uh, and the trash talking is just really disgusting. Like it goes more than just focusing on uh you know game related stuff and what they do in the game. Like it extends to try to go into personal stuff, um you know stuff that isn't related, stuff that isn't even like provable, stuff that like they just make up and they pass it off as a roast. Like it's just it's just not a good thing. It's not a good thing to spread around. I feel like we should be appreciative of the players that we do have left that still bother to get on this relatively inactive game. You know, we should be appreciative of this company that we still have and do everything that we can to keep them here. Appreciate their perspectives of the game, appreciate the things that they enjoy about the game, whether it be whether they want to make maps, whether they want to enjoy pit, whether they want to enjoy um, just getting kills and free for alls or stuff, whether they want to enjoy the public space in the lobby, they want to be able to talk freely and have productive conversations. We should be all for that. We shouldn't be trying to quell that or to put those things down in any way possible. But that's why I think the overall effect of this server, uh, that's why I think they're doing. They're putting down this kind of positive stuff and just having it their way. I mean, you run if you run a thread through the three things that I pointed out: the DDoSing, the corruption, and this toxic environment. Basically, what this server is really about, it's about a bunch of selfish people who want to run the game as they please. They want to run all aspects of the game. They want all the good names. They want all the lab pass, all the goodies. They want to be the kings of the game. They want to run every aspect of it. They want to put people down, make people feel bad. They get joy out of that. All right. That's what I think that this server is really about. Not to say that everybody in this server partakes in these things, but just by being there, um, just by being there, you are indirectly supporting people that are being selfish and are engaging in activities that are killing what we have left of this game. Just the fact that there are 20 to 30 people in that server, they can say, oh, we have a lot of power. We have a lot of people in our server, a lot of people that come to hang out here. And so that means we're great. We run everything. We run this game. We run Next Gen Studios. All right. We fuck with Next Gen Studios. I can hit off the server whenever I want. I can let it back on whenever I want. That's what this server is about, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what I had to say. Just seeing the servers down all day today, uh, and just thinking about the fact that it's coming from this server. uh, I really just had to expose that server for what it really that Discord server for what it really is. Um, anyway, so yeah, that's all I got for today. To those who are watching this video, if I hope you guys have a better understanding of what's really going on with the game, what truly are the problems with Stick Arena right now. It's not all, oh, the developers are being lazy, they're not updating the game. It could be a lot better than it is now, but I believe that, um, as a community, there are, players that are directly involved in this game's demise, and it could be a lot better uh, than it is right now if these players acted differently. I hope I hope that it enlightened you. That people in that server really see what's going on. That people start acting in the right way, start to bring each other up, encourage people to play, and just be chill about the whole thing. Don't do things that hurt others. It's just despicable what's going on in that server to me. Really, I had to leave a couple weeks ago because I really just couldn't stand being there anymore. I couldn't be a part of something like that. And if you're watching this video and you know who you are, and you are part of that machinery in in that Discord server, that corruption machinery, one of the people that stays silent, doesn't snitch. Um, what can I say? The choice is yours. Do you want a better game for more people in the future, or do you want to just keep living your selfish uh, your selfish existence on the game that benefits you but hurts others and hurts X Gen as well? The choice is yours. I'm not gonna make that choice for you, um, but that is a choice for you to make, and you're gonna have to live with that.